Hi, let's talk about more footwork today. The backstep.
Climbers naturally use the inside edge of their shoe to stand on a foothold. The backstep uses the outside of your foot to stand on a hold. It is used to stay in balance, where a normal inside edge step would throw you off, and also to improve your reach for a far handhold. The term backstep probably derives from a move where the climber literally steps back onto a hold, which puts the outside edge of the shoe onto the hold rather than the inside edge. The term is now universally applied anytime the climber stands on the outside edge of the shoe. A backstep can help the climber face in the proper direction to reach the next handhold. In this case, the backstep onto a hold to the right enables the climber to face his hips and torso to the left for the next handholds. Backsteps also facilitate making longer reaches while in balance. Notice the position of the hip and center of gravity, or center of balance, relative to the wall. Stepping on the inside of the foot, opposite the reaching hand, squares the hips to the wall. Unless the climber has total ballerina hip turnout, the hips and center of balance may get pushed out away from the wall. Depending on the position of the hand and footholds, the climber might find himself hinging off the wall like a barn door. Backstepping with the other leg puts the outside leg and the hips against the wall. The center of balance is close to the wall, the climber is at less risk of falling away from the wall, and the hold is easier to reach. Since backstepping often puts your side against the wall like this, one could say you climb like an Egyptian here. Often you'll step onto a hold using the inside edge or toe, but then twist your foot to move the outside edge onto the hold, essentially twisting into a backstep. This can help set up for the next move once you've used the foothold to gain some height. The backstep helps with sideways handholds, enabling the climber to do a lieback, or layback, maneuver off of the side pull. Wes uses the backstep to lean his body to the side of the side pull handhold, his body flush against the wall rather than pulling outward and away. Since backsteps help with sideways leans, they can help make tricky reaches in better balance. Sarah uses backsteps here to make a number of reaches through an overhang. A backstep not only helps with reach, but it's a good way to step onto a high hold and position your center of balance directly over the hold, almost as if sitting on the hold. Mariam demonstrates that here a couple of times. Flagging the opposite leg to the side keeps the climber in balance over the foothold, or it can be used as a kickstand against the wall to keep the body from barn dooring. Wes uses this technique frequently.
That about wraps up our episode on the backstep. We look forward to when you come back for the next step on our journey in exploring climbing technique.